£130.
Happy days.
And their tills are ringing. Britain is a nation of shoppers.
Oh, I've got to get that.
Yay, sale!
But we don't always shop savvy.
Do you want me to pay for these on my card?
Yeah.
Please don't use me again. I'm full to my max.
It's high time we changed our ways.
Our estimate for shoes is 3,000.
3,000.
In shoes. That's quite an achievement.
I'm business journalist Steph McGovern, and I'll be using my financial know-how to make your money go further.
Tell me about your credit cards. How many have you got?
Also leading the charge is retail addict Alex Jones.
Are you ready to try some new ways of doing things?
Definitely.
An impulse shopper who understands all too well the pitfalls that part us from our cash.
Some people can spend an entire Saturday here. I do it all the time.
Our mission is to change the country's shopping style by challenging families to try new goods.
Do you think then the better-known brands are better products?
Yeah, the more you pay, the better something's going to be.
And think about the things they already own.
The first thing I've pulled out has still got the label on.
Testing everyday products.
Do you want to have a little feel of it? See what you think?
So this is going straight in my basket.
Questioning their habits.
That is the cheapest, paint one.
Completely wrong. Oh, no!
Completely wrong. That's a massive shock.
Would you ever go for an own brand?
Definitely not.
And trying the unknown.
You are having a laugh.
Just give it a go, Mum.
We're hoping the experiment will prove that we can all learn to save a packet and shop well for less.
I thought it was perhaps from like a little boutique type shop.
$9.99.
No way.
It's cheap as chips.
Well, I think we nailed that.
We're in Hertfordshire with a family looking to learn how to be more canny with their cash.
Can I challenge you to some flipping action?
You can, but I'm not going to do it.
Meet Rob, Jenny and their daughter, 13-year-old Leah.
We're the Garretts! Gosh, we've known each other for... Gosh,
Too long.
too long. We don't take life very serious, and we believe life is for living and having fun.
And for this family, having fun means hitting the shops like it's going out of fashion.
Every weekend, one of us decides that we're going to do something together of their choice. If it's Rob and Leah, it's often shopping.
I see a bag. What's that?
For Dad Rob, a community worker, it's as serious as an Olympic sport.
We're on a mission. We're shopping. You don't stop for a break. Don't you know what we're doing here?
Fabulous. Got myself a new toy.
Rob's shed is a hoarder's paradise.
I hate shed. It's taking up valuable space that we could have a trampoline with.
In this particular shed, I have no idea what's in here.
It's full of tools that Rob has accumulated and that he says he needs.
Welcome to shed number 2. In this shed, we have a lot. Whoopsie daisy.
But it's not just Rob who's rinsing the family kitty. Executive coach Jenny likes to dress for success.
I reckon I've got at least 50 dresses. Yeah, maybe more. I invest in clothes for work. I do a lot of talks, so I like to feel good when I'm on stage.
What do you guys think? They're nice, aren't they?
I think they like
And Leah's following in her parents' footsteps.
I'm sure our spending habits have actually rubbed off on our daughter.
I love shopping. Shopping is my superpower. Look at that, Mum. It's nice.
The family loves shopping together, but with 3 big spenders under one roof, their cash flow is cause for concern.
I think we should be worried. I think it would be good for us as a family to look at the way we're spending.
The Garretts treat shopping as family time, but it's turning into an expensive hobby. If we can show them how to spend less, that money could be used instead for a once-in-a-lifetime family treat.
We'd love to have a family trip to Disney. It's something Leah's always wanted, and she's going to get too old to want to go with her parents soon. So we were thinking that if we were able to see in the family home where perhaps we're spending and we don't necessarily need to, that money could go to a family trip, that we're running out of time for.
There we go.
We want to help this family of hoarders and leisure shoppers to learn from their mistakes in a cost-cutting experiment. First things first, we want to analyse the Garretts' spending habits by taking a close look at how they shop with a trip to the mall.
That's a queue.
These cathedrals of consumerism are designed to part us from our money, and we oblige, spending over 12 billion quid in our shops every month.
It's amazing. It's already loads of people here, aren't there?
Yeah. Some people can spend an entire Saturday here, can't they?
But it's a day out, isn't it?
It's about getting everything under the same roof. Destination appeal.
You come here maybe to go to the cinemas and you end up spending a fortune in all the shops.
Exactly.
Clever.
I do it all the time.
And that's not the only trick up the retailer's sleeves.
You know instantly what shop it is, don't you, when you smell that?
Yeah. So clever, isn't it? They suck us in with that lovely smell.
It's branded smells though, isn't it? Because you know there are some shops where you walk past, you smell it, and you don't even have to see the sign, and you think, I know what shop that is.
Right, we better back away from the bath bombs, Alex. This day out is all about the Garretts. With a birthday present to buy for Rob, it's a family outing to find him a new watch.
You bought a watch so recently, Dad.
No, that's an investment.
As the Garretts splash the cash, we'll be watching their every move from behind the scenes to see where these label-loving hoarders are going wrong and just how they can be put right.
They look ready to shop.
Up to 20% off. I like the sound of that.
Yay, sale.
Okay, let's mosey into office then.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the Garretts are looking at the full-price trainers.
Look at them. They're so lush, aren't they, though?
You really like them?
I really like them.
Do you really need them, though?
They're almost too nice to wear, aren't they?
They are almost too nice to wear.
Too nice to wear shoes.
I've
How
got a
many
pair of too nice to
Yeah.
wear shoes. I built a shelf for them.
A shelf. Anyway, not to be outdone, Jenny's trying some on too.
20% off.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's £76 less 20%. It's a bargain, darling.
He probably feels, I really want Jenny to have something, so then I've got a free pass.
I need to think
That's
about
the only
it.
6.5 he has.
The psychology behind this, to make himself feel better for his purchases, he's encouraging them to buy.
With them egging each other on, it's easy to see how this family can spend a small fortune on a day out.
It's quite nice. How much is that? 135? That's a steal. I do like this. Can I have this? Right, I've got my birthday present.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, brother.
Every day's his birthday.
Every day's my day.
But Rob being Rob, the birthday buys don't stop there.
We are now going into a fragrance shop.
That's new. At Dior.
That's new, so they're going for things that are new. They haven't even smelt it.
Okay, this is one I haven't got, darling. So
I
we could get
know.
this one, couldn't we?
One I haven't got. How many do you need? You don't go for the ones you haven't got.
No.
You just say, right, I've got loads.
You made a mistake saying it's new because once something's new, he's going to want to buy it.
I am going to want to buy it.
Oh dear.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Go on, Dad. Treat
what's-
yourself.
I might actually get one, a small one.
See?
So that's 155 in total.
Of course, there have to be equal shop opportunities for Leah.
Shop to shop, have some fun then, Leah. Slow down. Look at her, she's gone.
She's found her
off.
shop.
She's in.
I'm just catching up on all the brands that on all the clothes that I've missed. Try this on.
Grabbing everything randomly.
At that age, though, at 13, you want to look cool, don't you? You want to be ahead of the trend
You
with
do.
your friends.
You
and
do.
that's really tough on parents, really, because, of course, they want their kids to fit in.
Time for Rob to make his escape.
I just want to pop next door, love.
And he's off.
See you later, Rob.
My game plan right now is to find as much things I can find on my own with no distractions.
It's £130, please.
Okay, no problem.
And
There
the
you go.
tills are ringing
£130
for a pair of jeans.
for a
yeah.
pair of jeans.
It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
Don't you have like 15 pairs of jeans already, though?
We have jeans, but no black jeans.
Are you sure?
He's not sure.
What did you buy? What'd you buy? What'd you buy? What'd you buy?
I got a bag.
Very nice.
Oh, you got the coat.
I got the coat.
Oh, are you pleased now that you've got the leggings?
Totally.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Right, this family need to be stopped in their tracks. Yeah?
Come on, let's go and get them.
Right, go.
We've definitely seen enough. With the purchases now in double figures, it's time to show the Garretts the error of their ways.
Oh my gosh!
You have had a very busy day.
Absolutely, yes.
We've
yeah.
watched your every move.
Oh, have you?
Have you?
Yes. Run us through then, what have you got all together?
Okay, some perfume and some aftershave.
The jeans, the coats, Leah's bag.
I got a bag, leggings, a jumper, and a pair of trainers.
You've done well.
And is that it?
Yeah.
I think
I thought,
so.
is there not one thing that you've completely forgotten about, Rob? What time is it? Because my watch has stopped.
Oh my gosh, the watch. The watch.
Bingo.
Yeah, I forgot I bought the watch.
The most
I did.
expensive purchase.
Yes.
Yeah, my top.
Well, we've been totting up the Garretts' spending throughout their shopping frenzy.
How much do you think you have spent today?
I will say 400.
You say 400?
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
go
go
lower.
lower.
I'll say, I'm going to go with like 550. That's what I'm going to go with.
It's interesting that you don't add as you go.
No.
The total that you've spent today is, in fact, £585.93.
It's just a few shops we went into and we spent a lot of money.
I wouldn't have thought a typical shop for us was that much money, so that is surprising to me.
Well, you've had a lovely day, but you have asked us to help you save a bit of money.
Absolutely.
Please,
So,
it'll be
Yeah,
good.
we've got some brilliant ideas for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you up for it?
Most
We are,
definitely.
most definitely.
Come on then, let's
Okay.
Before we see if we can cut the Garretts' spending, we're paying a sneaky visit to their house. I reckon more than half of us don't know the true value of the things we own. And with the mountains of stuff in the Garretts' home
Whoa! Jeans Central.
and shed, I suspect they have no idea. To show them just how excessive their spending's been, we're borrowing their hoard of branded buys to use as stock in our own pop-up shop, and they don't suspect a thing.
How do you feel about more shopping?
Definitely looking forward to that.
I'm excited by that. More shopping. Oh.
Keep going.
Oh, MG. Oh my God. Oh, God.
No way.
This is terrible. How can you have all our stuff in here? That's terrible.
So,
Oh, come on, y'all.
looks good though, doesn't it? You've certainly filled the shop.
Now that their possessions aren't stuffed out of sight in the shed, the Garretts have to face facts.
This area is like a whole DIY section.
Oh my gosh.
Still just realising everything. I bet, are you seeing things as well that you'd forgotten you had?
Yeah, I am. I am.
With so much hoarded in their cupboards, they can't remember what they've bought.
There's duplicates of a lot of things as well, isn't there?
Well, 3 drills, isn't it?
The Garretts are unwittingly making the same purchases over and over again.
Drill bits, drill bits, drill bits, drill bits. That's a lot, isn't it?
And what seems like a tempting deal can be a total waste.
What's this thing?
It's a door entry system, darling.
But not just one, Rob. There are 3 door entries.
I
mean,
know,
how
but-
many front doors do you have?
No, they came quite cheap, so I didn't know what I was gonna do with them, so it was a bargain. So
But it's not a bargain, is it, if you don't need them?
And don't use it.
I know.
From the Garretts' assessment of what they've paid for each item, we've estimated just how much they've spent on the goods in this shop. Rob's tools alone come to nearly £2.5 grand.
You are joking.
That's a lot of money.
Unfortunately not.
The truth is coming as a shock, but the tools are only the start.
Our estimate for shoes, and this is all family shoes,
Yeah,
so all 3 of you, is 3,000.
Yeah.
3,000.
Yeah, 3,000. In shoes. That's quite an achievement.
Yeah.
£3,000.
You'd need to be a centipede, wouldn't you, to wear all these?
And Jenny's taste for one-off boutique dresses might be hard to swallow.
In total, dresses are 3,130.
Okay.
When it comes to clothes, we often stick to what we know we like, but it doesn't always mean we get the best value.
I do like to have sort of individual items that I don't see anywhere else.
Yeah.
And I feel special wearing them, but I've got a lot of them, so perhaps I need to maybe rethink how I'm dressing.
Wow, it's a lot of dresses, babe.
Yeah, it is a lot of dresses, a lot of money.
Hang on though, Rob. Your wardrobe is worse. The average household owns around £4 grand's worth of clothes. Rob's topped that on his own.
The total is 4,400.
Jeans alone come to more than £640.
Ooh. Ooh.
And there was a little pair purchased yesterday, which obviously goes on top of that amount.
Yeah.
Even the cleaning products cost over £80. That'll be all those brand names. And the Garretts have frittered away over £1,000 on fragrances.
1,000.
I didn't expect that at all. I'm not on purpose. Not on
And £82.
That's crazy.
No, what's crazy is what you've spent on gadgets.
This is quite a big number, this one. Ready? 8,000
What?
Wow.
On gadgets?
on gadgets.
Yeah, that's the estimate.
Goodness gracious me.
And that's nearly 4 times the national average.
So that brings the total up to 24,000 that we've estimated.
Wow.
It's a real family activity for you, isn't it? Like you have such a lovely time together. You know, pretty much it's recreational spending for you, isn't it?
Maybe try some window shopping
Yeah.
as an idea.
Yes, yeah.
First thing we're going to do is sell your stuff in here, though.
Please no.
No, the dresses are coming back. The dresses are coming
Good,
back.
good.
Don't you worry.
I think if we visualise that shop every time we want to spend, I think that will just be. I think that will be a great help. I think that might just
You could be right
stop
there.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, you're all right. Absolutely.
Promises, promises. If we really want the Garretts to spend less, we have to challenge their assumptions that branded is best.
They definitely need help because they were pretty shaken by it.
The dresses, I mean, that was a fortune, wasn't it? It was over £3,000 just on dresses.
They do go towards the big brands, don't they? If we just ask them to try unbranded stuff just to see how they got on with it, because in the long run that could save a heck of a lot of money.
Well, it'll be interesting when we do the swaps to see whether they notice. But you know what? I think we can get them to Disney.
Yeah.
We've set up an experiment with the Garretts as the test subjects, swapping their usual products for debranded substitutes in the hope that we can show them where they could be spending less.
No.
So we can't have the Kindles, we can't have the iPads, one tablet for reading.
A tablet for reading.
Oh, no Sky! Television box.
No.
Oh my goodness, I hope they haven't made our TV black and white as well.
To put their assumptions to the test, not every product has been changed.
Oh my days.
I feel pretty confident that you're going to know with a lot of the stuff.
I can't imagine doing cleaning without our normal products, without the Flash, without the Domestos, without the Dusflora, without the antibacterial spray that we're familiar with. Darling, you know what? We will know.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But they can't trick us with our cleaning products.
I don't think we can be.
Not with those in there.
No.
To try to end their overspending on an excess of costly clothing, we've restricted their wardrobes to a few mystery outfits.
Oh, I could put up with everything else but
What
this.
have they done?
Dad, your jeans.
My jeans. My aftershaves. Uh-oh. You are having a laugh.
Clothes are an expression of your personality, aren't they? So you're going to have no personality and you're going to smell funny.
And the names they've come to rely on have gone.
I know about all my products, and my biggest concern is that, you know, will it be an ethical brand? Will it be tested on animals? Will it be free from, like the brand I currently use?
Don't worry, Jenny. They meet your standards and they might just be cheaper too.
I'm open to my eyes being opened, you know. I really hope that we can save some money and that some things can be better than we're doing them already. I really do.
The experiment is on. We've debranded every aspect of the family's lives, from cleaning to clothing. It's time to turn them into savvy shoppers.
Hiya, love. I've got some hair oil for us to try. Okay. Yeah?
Even label-loving Rob with his designer fragrances.
I think it would be quite hard for Alex and Steph to trick me in terms of my aftershave. So this is really going to be the moment of truth. Do we have Tom Ford or Ford Capri? So I think this is one of mine that's been put in a funny bottle.
You sure, Rob? Your usual one costs nearly 50 quid. You'd think you'd spot it.
I'm not sure now, you know.
It's actually a high street own brand costing a tenner. Last year, Rob bought 7 designer fragrances. If he'd bought 7 of these instead, he could have kept 250 quid in his pocket.
I'll go and try the serum stroke primer now. So I usually just have 2 squirts of that. That feels all right. Yeah, I can't tell the difference, so I wouldn't know, actually, if that's the usual one that I use.
It's not. And at £9.99, it's a third of the price of Jenny's usual brand, a saving of over £45 a year.
If this was ethical and a lot less expensive, I'd consider it. I'd have to be using it for the whole week to know whether it makes, whether it's good for my skin.
Could the Garretts already be cleaning up their act?
Colour coordinating gloves as well, then?
Yeah.
Matches your outfit?
Yes, perfectly. It's not our product. I mean, I think it's just as good, if not better.
You think it's better?
I think it is better. It's smear-free. On my side, anyway.
And at just 77 pence, this glass cleaner is less than half the cost of their usual brand.
How much time does anyone spend analysing their bleach?
Ooh. Doesn't smell like it's our products. Doing the floor an all right job.
If they adopt all our cleaning swaps, they could save nearly £80 a year.
It's a good thing I'm not in love with this dress. I definitely wouldn't be cleaning the toilet with it if I was.
And Rob's beloved vacuum cleaner has been swapped for a carpet sweeper.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to be cleaning with this.
I love it.
Because this is just wrong.
No, Rob, what's wrong is spending 250 quid on a vacuum cleaner when you only own 1 rug.
I love it so much that I'd say if it was a lot cheaper, I'd be willing to always be the person who used it. Because I love it.
It would be a lot cheaper. At £24.99, it's over £220 cheaper than their high-end Dyson. But Rob's having none of it.
Unfortunately, all right, this Hoover will not command any sort of respect.
I didn't know that vacuum cleaners ever commanded respect.
Yeah,
But a lifetime of labels is a hard habit to break. One of our biggest battles is to get the Garretts to rethink their blind loyalty to brands. So we've come to consumer expert Professor Avi Shankar for advice.
Companies spend a huge amount of money trying to persuade us to buy their products rather than someone else's products. We just need to be aware of what they're trying to do.
So, Avi, how would you define brand loyalty?
To be brand loyal, you have to buy the brand repeatedly, but also you have to really be emotionally attached to the brand, to the extent that if you went to a shop and it wasn't available, you wouldn't just buy the competitor, you'd actually go to another shop to buy the brand because you're brand loyal to it.
Okay. Isn't that often about kind of familiarity growing up, like the smell of it from when you're a kid?
We buy the brands that we're most familiar with, and we're most familiar with them because our parents bought them.
Well, it is true, isn't it? Because I use the same things as mum and dad might have in terms of polish, things like washing up liquid, even things that we used on us as babies, I still buy.
Well, what we have here are brands that are stretching maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and they're still recognisably the same brand. So, for example, here we have a little picture of a baby, and the same baby's on there.
Yeah.
So brands know this. They know you like to use the same brands that your mum used, and they play on that.
And because we're emotionally buying products because of the this brand loyalty, we could end up spending more rather than looking at what might be just as good.
Well, what you'll probably find is that a brand like this would be significantly more than the supermarket own label. And essentially, it's a very standard product.
Yeah, but we sort of think, well, it's worked for all these years, so why would you risk something new?
Well, what they're doing, they're basically turning a basic product into a brand by adding these emotional qualities.
The Garretts' loyalty to brands covers everything from cleaning products to the humble toilet roll, which sets them back nearly £100 a year. We're dropping in to find out if cheaper options would work as well.
Hello.
While keeping the Garretts feeling flush.
We get through an awful lot of toilet roll, not just you and I, but as a nation...
We haven't got a problem.
But yeah, as a nation, on average, per person, how many rolls do you think we get through?
50, 60.
It's actually over 70 per person every year.
So what brand do you normally go for in terms of toilet paper?
Andrex, normally.
Do you ever go for an own brand?
Definitely not.
Why?
I think that paper is a bit too small, too thin, not good quality. So we would never go for an own brand.
We've got 6 different ones here, all varying in price, different brands.
Up for the test are Aldi's Saxon Softest Quilted Toilet Paper, our cheapest at 35 pence a roll. Asda's Shades Quilted at 42 pence a roll. A recycled paper, Ecoleaf, at 50 pence. Waitrose Cashmere Quilted at 52 pence a roll. The brand leader Andrex with its quilts paper costing 56 pence. And Renova's luxury lotion infused and perfume paper at 167 a roll.
We're going to test it on your cheek. This cheek, as opposed to any others.
Okay.
First up, a blind test for softness.
Just the one sheet. Do you want to have a little feel of it? See what you think?
Not very soft.
Not very soft.
That's the eco option.
Rob is such a brilliant person to do these tests on, though, because he really gets into it.
This one does feel softer than this one.
Asda's own brand's getting some love, but the priciest paper is falling short.
It's quite small, this one, isn't it?
I think you're quite hard to please in terms of
You think I am?
blue roll. Well, the next test, I mean, the key thing you need with toilet paper is softness and absorbency.
Absolutely.
So we're going to do a little absorbency test next, just to see how they fare.
So if you lay the tissue on top, and then we'll pick it up after 5 seconds.
Okay.
Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it off.
Pretty good, isn't it?
That's very
actually?
good.
Yeah.
It's another strong performance from Asda.
Same process again, Rob.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And lift.
It hasn't sucked the stuff up as fast, has it?
It hasn't.
No.
Maybe Rob's the sucker here. That one's his usual brand, Andrex.
Oh.
It's not as bad as this one, though.
This is definitely no good. It's got to be the cheapest.
Not quite. It's actually the most expensive. Combining Rob's scores for softness and absorbency gives us the total. While our priciest paper rolls into last place, the cheapest takes a respectable third. And the winner is a supermarket own brand.
No way. This can never be Asda's own.
It is.
I think we'll be changing brands from our normal brand to Asda Shades.
And could I push that even further and bring you cheaper to Aldi's, which is middling?
Do you know what? I think we could even go that way as well.
Could we?
We could.
That is
Because
a
it's
result.
Good plan, Rob, because compared to your preferred brand, you'd spend £45 less a year.
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah, see ya.
Ta-da.
Well, I think we nailed that.
I do as well. I think Rob is a changed man. Well, beginning to change anyway.
When it comes to toiletries and skincare, though, Jenny's the force to be reckoned with.
I found the body wash much for muchness. Okay, it doesn't soap up as normal body washes do, but it's fine.
I thought that body wash just felt cheap and useless.
We can't get that one past Jenny. It was only 55p. So how will our cleanser go down? Like Jenny's usual, it's natural, vegan and cruelty-free. But it's £15, not 30.
It's solid. It's actually solid.
You are joking.
Yeah. It's growing on me.
It's growing on you, isn't it?
Maybe like mould. No.
And you'd grow £90 richer each year with this swap.
It must be natural. Look at it. It must be natural, mustn't it?
Jenny Garrett isn't alone in spending big bucks on face creams and potions. So why spend more for ethical goods when cheaper alternatives are available?
Now, these days, lots of us favour ethical and natural beauty products, but they can be quite pricey, and I would like to know why. Also, the term ethical seems to be bandied about, and we all think it's the way forward. But what does ethical actually mean?
Neal's Yard Remedies is a skincare brand which advertises its ethical values. Alex is visiting its Dorset factory to meet product formulator Fran Johnson.
I don't think people, including myself, know what ethical actually means. I think it's an aspirational thing, isn't it? Because so many people want to buy into the idea of this sort of organic, ethical lifestyle.
You're also buying into supporting growers and helping the sustainability in the supply chain of how all these ingredients are made and developed.
It's an approach that includes organic, fairly traded ingredients, cruelty-free testing and recyclable packaging. But it often comes at a price. To find out why, Alex is in the lab to see exactly what goes into a moisturiser.
What's the base ingredients then?
So it's a mixture of oil-based ingredients and water-based ingredients. We're going to stick them all together with some emulsifiers, and then we're going to fragrance it with our essential oils.
OK. This is like a cooking show, but even better, because it's all about beauty.
It's all about beauty.
It's lovely.
First, heat the water, then add the emulsifier.
What is an emulsifier?
Basically, they're chemical products that are going to work to stick the oil and the water together.
And in goes the oil, plus a few additives such as skin conditioners and preservatives.
That looks a lot more like the moisturiser we all know and love.
Starting to look like a beauty product.
When you buy a moisturiser that's really cheap, is this what that would be?
Apart from a couple of the active ingredients that we've put in, it will be generally the same. So it will be a mixture of oil and water and emulsifiers. There's a basic recipe.
It does feel nice, but it smells a bit like chips.
Well, if you wanted cheap as chips, Alex, this mixture would do you just fine.
It functions exactly as a moisturiser should function. It'll do exactly what you need it to do. But what we really want to do now is to make it smell nice.
Absolutely.
And this is where those exotic, more expensive ingredients come in.
The fragrance materials tend to be the most expensive ingredients that we use in our products.
With ethical ingredients which come from far-flung places, that added cost is often spent on fair pay for the growers or on local community projects.
And also bear in mind that the majority of those ingredients are organic and certified, which is also part of the cost of making organic products.
OK.
We highlight all the ingredients on our listing that are organic. Cosmetics, especially when it comes to organic, there's no legislation around that at all. So you could actually put 1 drop of organic material into your product and still call it organic.
That is pulling the wool over people's eyes, though, isn't it?
You have to look for a certification mark, and then at least you know that the cosmetics have been made following a standard.
Right. So that's the finished product.
Finished product.
OK. It smells absolutely lovely. It's made so much difference, those essential oils, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, thinking about what I've heard today, I think if you can afford it and if you want to, then ethical is a really good way to go in terms of beauty products. But make sure that you read the label, know what you're paying the money for.
Back in Hertfordshire, the experiment continues.
Who's going to be first?
You go first. Age before beauty.
Thanks, darling.
One of their biggest spends is clothes. They love boutique and designer brands. So to wake them up to the alternatives, they've been given some money-saving substitutes from the high street and even the charity shops.
Smart red dress.
It's your colour, red?
Yeah.
You like red?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a nice quality.
It is. Jenny's average boutique buy cost nearly £80, but we found this designer dress for 35 quid in a charity shop.
I would actually see this dress and I would think, oh, that's Jen.
Would you?
I would.
Charity shops are a great place to find one-off pieces, and around 6% of their stock is new. Rob's shoes, however, are straight from the high street.
They look like leather. They smell like leather.
They're not, and they're just £16. But the real test is what other people think of this frugal fashion, including Rob's harshest critic, his sister.
Love the boots. I would see you wearing something like that.
And if Rob had bought these boots instead of his branded footwear, he'd have paid £54 less.
Looks like a nice made pair of jeans.
I really don't think these are supermarket jeans. I think these jeans are most definitely a decent brand.
Oh, Rob, supermarket jeans is exactly what they are. And at £20, they're nearly £30 less than your average pair. With the number of jeans Rob buys, he'd spend nearly £400 less by swapping to supermarket-owned brands next year.
But as usual, Jenny takes centrepiece. Jenny, the dress suits you.
Thank you.
The shape, it suits your figure, I should say.
And if she'd bought this instead of a boutique dress, Jenny's wallet would be looking good too. She'd have saved over £40.
I think with clothes now, I don't think it's about how much they cost. I think if they look well on you, they sit well, that's what it is. So, yeah, you look well. I think you look well.
Let's hope their extended family's thrifty attitude has rubbed off on Rob and Jenny, because we've swapped their normal satellite TV package for a much cheaper service which offers on-demand content only.
I very rarely watch anything live. I wouldn't miss anything, and if it saved us £20 a month, I'd be delighted.
At £6.99 a month, it's over £320 less per year than their current package. But it would mean they could only watch their current sport channels online unless they shelled out more. Rob's not convinced.
And at this present moment in time, I do not understand why is Now TV better than Sky?
Now I get it. Do you know what it is? No. He wants someone to sell it to him.
Yeah.
I think this is part of it as well.
Advert.
Well, not an ad, yeah, maybe an advert or a salesperson to say, you must buy, and knock on our door and say, you must buy, you must buy.
But TVs aren't the only screens in this gadget-loving household.
So we've got 2 iPads, one large, one mini, and we've got 2 Kindles. And we don't use the Kindles very much now, do we?
I like holding the actual book.
If they'd bought this budget tablet to share rather than 4 top branded models, they'd have spent over £1,000 less.
I am using my phone more and more for all bits and pieces. So maybe I actually don't need the iPad anymore because the phone has replaced it.
Yeah, but they just seem to be items that we have. We're not really using them a lot. Actually, I'm kind of talking myself out of needing any of them.
If the Garretts are having doubts about their technology spend, they might be in the minority. Us Brits blow a stunning £9 billion on gadgets each year. And a rapidly growing corner of the market is Bluetooth speakers. With prices varying by hundreds of pounds, we've recruited the discerning ears of a local dance group to help us sort the audio angels from the speaker sinners.
Portable speakers are great because, you know, you can carry them around, put them down where you want, you know.
Big speakers are also heavy and take a lot more space.
We've picked 5 speakers that all claim to be portable and Bluetooth compatible. The cheapest is the HMDX Jam Classic at £19.99. Then the Nude Audio Move M at £39. Middle of the range JBL Clip Plus will set you back £49.99. Made using recycled plastic bottles, the House of Marley Chant comes in at £79.99. And the top of the range Bose SoundLink Colour, a massive £119.95. With the branding hidden, it's time to test them out with a digital dance-off. At almost £100 more than our cheapest speaker, the Bose hit the spot.
Good power output, it was very clear, and the bass was very distinct as well.
This is going straight in my basket.
But the cheapest option impressed almost as much.
I really like the sound of this one, for how it looks. It was quite powerful. It had a decent amount of bass.
It looks like you can drink out of it. You know one of those cups, you can drink.
The pricey Chant turned a few heads.
It looks expensive. The design looks really cool. It looks quite hipster.
It looks very expensive because it comes with its own, like, warmer thing. I like it.
That's gorgeous.
Yes.
At the end of our speaker showdown, while our cheapest choice, the Jam, put in a great performance to take third, it was the most expensive speaker that topped the charts.
It's Bose. Is it Bose?
Oh, it's Bose.
That's gorgeous.
Oh, this is expensive.
This tops everything, to be honest. It had the bass, it had the sound, the volume was there.
But did it represent banging value for our dancers?
If you had to buy one of these, like, tomorrow, what would you get?
Jam.
Yeah.
So once our dancers knew the prices, it was the cheaper speaker, the Jam Classic, that won them over. Back at the Garretts, we have a plan to try and shake Leah's devotion to designer names.
I'm very much a daddy's girl when it comes to brands. Chanel is my #1 makeup brand, definitely.
We've left Leah a selection of accessories, but with no branding, will she take the bait?
I can see trainers in this one already. So I'm excited because I love my trainers. Trainers are like God's gift to the world. Okay, these look quite cool. They're quite glam. I like them.
At £18, they're a runaway success. And at that price, of course, they're not a luxury label.
Oh, a bag. But the material in it doesn't feel like real leather. I like my black bags. I know I've seen this bag somewhere, but I just don't know where. This isn't a Chanel bag, is it?
Only if Chanel bags cost £16, so no.
Oh, this one's heavy. I think it might be a jacket. Mom! Dad!
Coming.
Oh my gosh, very, very, very stylish.
Why, thank you.
I love the jacket most. And would you lend this to me?
No.
Why not?
It's mine. I'm sorry, Mum, but it's mine now. It's mine. It's my power
Can
outfit.
we borrow? Oh, it's your power outfit.
It's mine.
It's your power outfit. Okay.
This Chanel-inspired jacket was another charity shop steal at only $7.99, whereas the real designer deal could have set Leah back thousands. We might be shaking Leah's certainty that branded is best, but Rob's love of pricey gadgets is more ingrained. Alex wants to see if she can smooth out his approach to appliances with a spot of ironing.
Right then, Rob, I have a little test for you this morning.
Looks very interesting.
Lots of irons, lots of shirts.
We've picked 5 steam irons for Rob to try out, starting with a £10 model from George at Asda. Next cheapest is brand leader Russell Hobbs at $14.99. Then $34.99 the Tefal Super Glide. At $49.99 it's this Morphy Richards model. And at $74.99 is this highly rated Bosch. With the branding hidden, Rob has no way of knowing which is which.
Here you are.
Brilliant.
Can't wait to see your ironing skills, Rob.
Okay.
See how fussy are you?
I'm a very fussy ironer. I do like my shirts to be smooth and...
Do you know what skills do?
No, no, I don't know. Tell me what you girls do.
What we do is do a really bad job of the first shirt we iron for our partner.
Okay.
And then they never ask again.
Maybe that's what
I
Jen
can
has done.
guarantee you.
Rob's loving the look of the priciest option.
It looks very good, doesn't it? Come on.
I
You're
love
laughing.
you, Rob. Your little face lights up because you think this is it. This is the iron of all irons. Yeah.
Do you know, it feels like the mother of all irons.
But the mid-range option is working a treat.
I think I'm more impressed with this one than number 2.
The supermarket own iron gets no love at all.
It just looks so unattractive. It just looks a bit plasticky.
Rob's made his choice.
OK, I'm going to go like this.
OK.
And then like that.
So that's your order. So
That's
favourite,
my order. Yeah.
least favourite.
Absolutely.
But of course, he's not the one who has to look at him all day. So Judge Jenny is rating the smoothness of the shirts.
Number 1, number 2, and I'll leave number 5 where it is.
With Rob and Jenny's scores added together, it's full steam ahead with the results. And in joint top spots, the second most expensive, Morphy Richards, and the cheaper mid-range, Tefal.
Knowing all that you do now, which iron would you choose?
I would go for the second.
Yeah.
Nice.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Because it does make total sense. It does a very good job.
Looks aren't everything, Rob.
No, they
Only
are.
when it comes to Jen.
Thank you.
There
Glad you added that in.
But will the Garretts decrease their spending elsewhere? When it comes to Rob's tools, it's not just the quality that counts, but the quantity.
We've got to do some work. Look at the shed. Mate, I can't even get in the shed.
Rob's finally tackling some DIY tasks with the help of Dom from next door.
Let's have a look, mate. What's this? A multi-tool? Mate, tell me this is a saw and everything all in one.
That's a good old tool.
And what's that? A power screwdriver. Well, that looks quite handy. You see, I've got 3 or 4 different drills for different purposes. I've got a drill for drilling wood, I've got a drill for like drilling concrete, I've got a drill for drilling metal, and I've also got like a portable screwdriver.
Yeah, but you're better off with 1 decent drill
Decent drill.
than 4 average drills, do you know what I mean?
A multi-purpose tool can be a great way for the amateur DIY buff to whip up some savings. If Rob had bought this £68 all-rounder instead of the 4 he's got, he'd have saved £117.
There we go. The drill is good as a screwdriver, which is good. And let's see how he gets on drilling holes.
That's it.
OK.
That's it. Let's drill the hole. OK.
His job done. Good drill.
And the multi-tool at £75 would have shaved 43 quid off Rob's collection of sanders and saws.
That's all right. I am very surprised. I actually didn't expect this tool to be as good as it is.
But is a combined lawnmower and strimmer a step too far?
Right. Let's try and figure out this little gadget. Make it tight. Oh, there we go. This lawnmower is absolutely rubbish. It makes lawn mowing like I'm using a pair of scissors. As a strimmer, it does the job.
Rob would have saved £155 if he'd bought this bit of kit instead of his mower and strimmer. But he's not having it.
I think my garden deserves a bit better, in all honesty. It's not really cutting the mustard.
Or the grass. We might have lost this one. Rob's unwilling to let go of his stash of macho machinery. And consumer expert Avi has some insight into why.
Well, we've got a series of power tools. Now, I've got no idea what they are because I'm not a DIY buff. We would expect a DIY buff to be quite considered when they would go to the shops to buy them.
So they'd probably done a lot of research on it and they've gone, right, I want to do this job at home, I'm going to buy this specific power tool.
So we call that a person who'd make those types of choices very rational.
But I think some people, I mean, there are many in my family who go into DIY stores because they fancy a certain tool without any knowledge of what they're going to do with it.
Well, in that case, we would describe people that did that to be more emotionally driven. Think of this cake as the total purchases that you make. Some of those purchases will be rational, some are emotional, and some of those purchases will be what we call habitual. You just buy the same product over and over again. So here's a knife.
OK.
Right, as far as the general population's concerned, what percentage of their choices do you think are rational?
I think it's less than 50% there.
I think it's less than that.
35%, would you say?
Should we go to a quarter?
Less.
Less than a quarter, I told you.
What's wrong with everybody?
Research evidence suggests that it's about 20%.
There.
20%.
So, of the 80% that we've got left, roughly 40% is emotional and 40% is habitual.
So if you want to save money, then you need to increase the size of this rational purchasing and reduce your habitual and your emotional.
Absolutely.
So how can we become better at rational purchasing?
Well, there's actually a 5-step process. Say you had to replace your mobile phone for whatever reason.
Like, for example, this one.
Now, what have you done there?
I've dropped it.
Oh dear. The first stage of the process is problem recognition. I need a new phone because I've smashed my old one. The next stage of the process is we start searching for information, okay? Am I going to buy the same phone again, or are you going to go on the internet, do a bit of searching for information? Stage 3, evaluate between all the alternatives. The fourth stage is actually going out and buying it. And then the final stage is to decide, after you've bought it, is it actually doing what I wanted it to do, and are you happy with it?
Bit of reflection.
Yeah. Once you've gone through those 5 steps, hopefully you'll end up with a product that best suits your needs, and maybe it will save you some money along the way as well.
See, you need to shop with your head, not your heart.
Well, our Alex is picking up the right tips to curb her wayward spending. But are the Garretts? By challenging their habits, we hope to teach them to become thrifty shoppers. But will they still stick to our plan when they find out what products they've really been using?
I'm really hopeful about today.
Yeah, I think we're very open.
Yeah?
And, you know, I think we will...
I think I'm very open.
Well, it's make or break time for the Garretts. Last day.
I know it's a big ask, though, isn't it, to try and change?
Even with the cleaning products, it was the unknown.
Hope that we weren't too stuck in our ways, that there's no leeway for saving.
They're really kind of stuck in their ways, which is understandable because we all get a bit like that. But it's up to them now, isn't it?
Let's go and see them. Come on.
The Garretts are confident, but how much will they really be willing to change the way they shop?
Hi,
Hi.
How are you feeling?
Nervous.
Are you?
Yeah,
Right.
excited.
Have you enjoyed it?
Yes, mostly.
With over $1,000's worth of fragrances squirreled away, Rob's aftershave was the first to go.
So with the aftershave, what did you think about that, Rob?
I think it's one of mine,
Well,
possibly.
you might be right. But you're not, you're wrong.
Ooh, next.
Signature collection.
Right, well, do you want to know how much money you could possibly save? You went for this one? 37 quid. There's a tenner.
No way.
So it's a really similar smell, and unless you've got a trained little snout, you'd never know the difference.
Definitely. We'll make that
There
change.
you are.
If he buys the same number of fragrances next year, Rob will spend £250 less by going high street. Jenny's beauty regime was costing her over £1,000 a year, but with her exacting standards, could there possibly be cheaper alternatives?
My mother says you only get one face.
Yeah,
So if
she's
you're going
right.
to invest in anything, then it might be that.
Yeah.
But you could still save money, though.
Okay.
Bring out the cleanser.
This is a brand we particularly sought out for you because it's ethical, and we know how important that is to you.
Yes. I think it might be cheaper, but it felt good though.
Well, you're not wrong. It is. And it's a saving of £15.
Right.
Yeah, so 15 quid saving.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
If Jenny takes that on, it's £90 less a year.
What did you think of your kitchen products?
Yeah, they're okay.
Antibacterial spray?
I think these things are much for muchness. It was really hard to say that's ours and that's not ours, and that makes you think, why do you buy it in the first place?
With cupboards jam-packed with branded sprays, will the Garretts go for an own brand version?
No way.
Wow. We thought it was just as good. And if it promises the same thing in terms of how many germs it kills.
Well,
etc.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you
again,
can see it, can't you, there?
Yeah.
99.9%.
Yeah, so it's just as good.
this product, compared to yours, is £2.10 cheaper.
Wow.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a lot.
In fact, the Garretts said yes to over half of our cleaning products, saving them nearly £60 a year.
Right, now what about tablet computers?
Do you know what? We're up for it. We're open. We're open.
My glamorous assistant will now reveal it from the bag.
She's not here, so I'll do it.
Okay.
Alba.
Interesting.
So currently you have 2 e-readers, 2 Kindles, and 2 iPads in the house, yeah? So these cost $59.99 each.
No way.
Yes way.
So if all 4 of your devices suddenly went kaput, would you buy one of these?
We'd buy 2, but it would still be a big saving.
Well, yeah.
And you're not wrong. It's a saving of over £1,000.
It is time to talk power tools.
So this is the multi-tool that we gave you. If you bought that instead of a jigsaw and a sander, your saving would be £119.78.
At £75, it's another much cheaper choice. Plus, it's finally got Rob to fix the radiator. Priceless. But when it comes to Jenny's love of expensive boutique buys, will we have opened her eyes to more cost-effective high street clothes?
Both these are actually from New Look.
Okay, right, yeah. Now, the problem is my daughter might not want me to shop in the same shop as her.
This outfit is lovely, and you could have saved £23.27.
Yeah, that's good.
A big saving on the average cost of Jenny's usual dresses. But what if shoe snob Rob had bought our bargain boots instead of his own £70 footwear?
So these boots are from Primark.
Oh my
Okay.
And they cost
£16.
No way.
No way.
I'm amazed.
You're amazed.
Yeah.
I'm amazed.
Yeah.
It's £54 cheaper.
So that's a definite.
£16.
£16?
That is. Oh, don't be thinking that's an excuse to get loads.
I'm just going to say, could buy black and brown.
Yeah, oh no.
And still save money.
How did you feel about the jeans?
There was one pair of jeans that I really liked. They fit well, they felt comfortable.
I like that swagger you did there.
Yeah, they felt really good, and
Yeah.
I actually wanted to keep them for myself, and like, you know, I'm very intrigued to find out where they come from.
Well, the jeans you liked are from Sainsbury's.
No way.
£20 per pair.
That's saving £28.67.
I'm having that all day long.
Yep.
Label-loving Rob is a changed man, and in fact, the choosy Garretts gave the thumbs up to well over half of our substitutes. Next time they shop, they'll really feel the benefits to their bank balance.
When we tell you that the brand is Hugo Boss,
Get away.
How much do you think it cost?
70 quid, 75 quid?
It cost £18. From a charity shop.
See?
Are you serious? I'm going to say yes to that.
Yes! It's time to talk totals now. We hope to change the way the Garretts think about shopping and the amount they actually need. So could they spend less in future, or will they be disappointed in their Disneyland dreams?
Do you want to hear what the final total is then?
Please.
Prepare yourselves.
Go on.
The moment's arrived to find out just how much less they'd have spent with our cost-cutting alternatives.
It is around £3,560, we estimate.
Excellent, excellent.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's going to get us to Disney. This is
Are you
great.
surprised?
I'm amazed. In
Amazed.
fact, yeah, I really didn't think it was possible.
So with the small changes, we can make some big savings.
Whatever you do, don't go shopping yet.
No more shopping, no more shopping.
No.
Happy for that, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Been
That's
good.
great. That's really great.
Knowing that we can potentially save a vast amount of money, I think it makes anything possible. You know, it's just about having the willpower to make it happen.
Oh, I'm really chuffed with that. I know.
The fact is, the money is already there, so it definitely is achievable because it's here.
Hmm.
We've already got it and we've spent it, and so that means that we can definitely save it for the future.
If you'd have said that to me a week ago, Al, I would have been like, nah, we're not going to change this.
No
boy.
way.
Good job. Yeah, come on.
Then.